Alrighty, so welcome to today's training. How to train like the women you want to look like. So just make sure you have a pen and paper in hand and take notes like you're never going to see these slides ever again. So this is usually for all the younger members of the soft sculpt method. They always show me pictures of what they want to look like, their ideal body. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Okay, but keep in mind it takes years to build muscle. It takes years to develop that shape. It also takes years of building those habits and the nutrition as well. Okay, so pretty much to break down, most women step into the gym with a goal in mind. So a leaner stomach, more toned legs, bigger glutes, and less fat in the arms. But here's the problem. The way most women are training doesn't match the body that they want to build. I've seen a lot of ladies in the gym where they're just doing random workouts that they find on TikTok or Instagram, um, and they're not focusing on building strength. Like they're doing something different every single day. Or they're either doing endless cardio, or they're lifting too light, or they're following workouts that are designed for men, and then it doesn't really align with their goals. So today I'm going to break down how to train specifically for the physique that you want. So you stop wasting time and finally get the results that you've been chasing. And here's why most women train wrong. So number one is the cardio obsession. They think going on the treadmill, doing multiple spin classes, or doing hit classes or rumble, like boxing classes, doing that 6 days a week is going to get them lean. Like, yes, cardio is going to burn those calories, but it doesn't build or shape your body. You can lose weight from cardio, but you'll end up looking smaller. And that's what I call the skinny fat look. Or it could be the melted candle look when you've lost so much fat, but you haven't built any muscle underneath. So you can train in a way where you're focusing on just cardio, where you lose all that fat, but honestly, you're just gonna end up looking like a melted candle, where there's no definition in the muscles whatsoever. You just got all this extra excess skin that's just hanging, right? There's no shape. It's not the body that you want. So number two, what you're doing wrong is probably like you're lifting way too light. A lot of ladies are scared of bulking up. So they stick with the small 5 pound dumbbells that they see in the studio section of the gym. And they do high reps. But the truth is you're not going to accidentally bulk up. Women don't have the hormones to build muscle like men. It also takes a lot of hard work and an extreme mindset in order to get ginormous muscles if you're a woman. So no matter how hard you try, you're not going to get bulky. The only way to get bulky is to just gain more fat, gain more weight. Okay? When women actually build more strength and gain more muscle, that's what gives you that toned look. What lifting heavy actually does is build lean, toned muscle that creates that shape and that definition. And without this progressive overload or you lifting heavier or doing more reps every single week, your body has no reason to change. So we also need to focus on lifting heavier so that we lose all this fat, so we won't end up looking like a melted candle. Okay, so when we lose all this fat and you're lifting heavy, that's when you're going to see the changes. Okay, the changes that you want. Number three, what you're doing wrong, the biggest mistake I always see is you're doing random ass workouts. Most women just do whatever they see online. They follow like a booty band workout day. The second day they'll do like one random hit workout from YouTube or a random arm circuit after that. So it's all over the place. The problem there is that like you don't have any structure or progression, and your body is not going to adapt to these changes. You're most likely going to like if you're making this mistake of not doing structured workouts, you're most likely not tracking your weight as well when you're doing these workouts. You're most likely not training in the correct intensity in order to grow your glutes and your legs. Like without this structured training plan, it's honestly like driving without a map. Like you're moving, but you're not going anywhere. So if you want real results, you need a program that's designed for your goals. You need a program where you're progressively getting stronger every week. And that's how you build real muscle. That's how you get toned as a woman. This definition of tone, like this is how you get it. Just building more muscle, getting stronger. You're not going to get any bigger. Okay? For females, most of the time, muscles just tighten up. They don't get bigger. You just have to, like, it's only for bodybuilders where they work extremely hard in order to see that muscle grow. You got to be training in a certain way in order to have that muscle grow. But if you're doing workouts made by me, you're not going to see that type of growth. It's mostly um, just building muscle and definition, okay, in the right spots. So I'm going to break down how your training should look like, okay? If you're a woman and you want to get toned and have that toned and aesthetic looking body. So number one, the foundation is going to be your glutes and legs. So this is how you should actually train as a woman. This is what it should look like. It's always the glutes and the legs. Like glutes are the foundation of an aesthetic physique. Like when you build strong glutes, you create that hourglass shape that balances the lower body. And when you build strong glutes, like you're also reducing the risk of having lower back pain, which is awesome, right? And your staples when it comes to building the glute and the legs should always be squats. It should be hip thrusts. It should be lunges. It should be a split squat. It should be deadlifts. These aren't just booty builders, they're just full body sculptors as well. And you want to be focusing on progressively overloading these every single week. So you're focusing on just getting stronger with your squats, with your hip thrusts, or with your lunges, or with your deadlifts, etc. And it could be either doing more reps or doing heavier weight, but with less reps. And that's what's actually going to build the curves that you want. Like strong glutes don't make you bulky, they're going to build the curves. Okay? So number two is you also want your like upper body to be toned. We want to train the upper body. So many women make this mistake of skipping upper body day because they're afraid of getting wide shoulders or bulkier arms. And the truth is, like training upper body is what's going to give you that toned and defined look. Building your back muscles, those pulling motions that you do in the gym, that's what's going to make your waist look smaller. Training your arms adds the definition as well, and pulling movements, of course, like rows or pull downs, give you that frame. So if you want that fit and toned look, upper body is an essential. And another important thing to add is if you skip upper body day, you are going to look super disproportionate. It's the equivalent of when men skip lower body day and they have really skinny legs and they have a really buff upper body. It looks super silly. Same for women. It looks very strange when the legs are built, they're big and strong, but then the upper body is like skinny, frail, and weak. It doesn't make sense. It looks really silly. And there's also this weird thing that happens in your body, and you also want to write this down as well. Your body does this really weird thing to make sure that your body is proportionate and it doesn't go too crazy with looking disproportionate. So there's going to be a time where you plateau in your lower body exercises because you're not doing your upper body exercises, right? So like let's say for example, you've been training your lower body really well, but you've kind of been skipping chest day and back day. And you're doing as much as you can, but then you've hit this plateau for months now where you're not seeing a difference in the shape of your legs, but also in the weight that you're carrying when you're doing the exercises. There's going to be a point where if you're skipping upper body day, you're going to plateau with your lower body stuff. Okay, you're going to plateau with how your lower body looks, but also how strong your lower body is. And it's very strange because it's happened to me and my clients as well. This has happened for me when it was leg day, or like I used to skip leg day. And then I would hit a plateau with all my upper body exercises. I wasn't seeing a change in my bench press. I wasn't seeing a change in my rows. But then I asked a personal trainer like what I should do if I'm plateauing with all those exercises. He honestly just said, start doing lower body. And once I started doing more lower body exercises, I started to break PRs in my upper body exercises. And this is the same thing. Like this has happened for a lot of the ladies that have joined the program. All they do is leg day, they skip upper body. But once they hop into the program and start doing upper body, their legs just get way bigger and more toned, which is crazy, right? The body is just super strange and like it's crazy how it knows like if your body is slowly becoming disproportionate. Okay, so if you're plateauing in your leg days, you probably have to start doing upper body. Okay, so third thing is the core. Most women think that they need to do endless crunches to see the abs. But the truth is, abs are built through strength and revealed when you're losing a lot of fat, when you're in a calorie deficit. Anything you do in the gym involves your core. So when you lift heavier weights, you're actually using your core as well because your body is going to be forced to recruit more muscles in order to lift the super heavy weight. It can't just rely on your legs, it has to ask other muscles to help as well, which is going to be your glutes and your core, and maybe a bit of your upper body as well, in order to push the heavy weight. That is why the core is called the center. So write that in the Zoom chat right now. The core is the center. It's the middle. Every exercise involves the core. If the core is awake and worked out and worked on often, you're going to push harder in all your workouts. But we also have to focus on stop doing crunches and sit-ups. You want to focus on stability movements like planks and anti-rotational movements like the Palloff press and carrying movements like the farmer's carry. That's actually training your core to be strong, and your abs will show when your body fat drops when you focus on doing all these things. Okay? Not because you did 1,000 crunches, your abs will show because you're focusing on building strength, doing planks, doing power presses, doing carrying exercises. So you want to train smart and not excessive. So stop doing sit-ups, stop doing a random core exercise that you find on YouTube at the end of the workout. You got to focus on building strength by recruiting or by getting stronger in all muscle groups, which is going to force you to recruit the core muscles. Okay? So that when you lose all the fat from being in a calorie deficit, you're going to see that shape, that core, that six pack that you want. Maybe not a six pack, but a flat stomach. Okay? And also, finally, we want to talk about cardio. So, cardio isn't the enemy. People think that I don't like cardio, but honestly, it should be used with purpose. So instead of hours of walking on the treadmill or or just doing spin classes or boxing classes, you want to keep cardio short and effective and designed to support your lifting as well. So I would say just like at least one of those hit sessions a week is good. Or multiple walks in the week where you're hitting 8 to 10,000 steps, that's good as well. Your cardio should complement your training and it shouldn't replace it at all. Like there are a lot of ladies in the program when they first started, their cardio was really bad and they couldn't even do the workout. But once we started adding more steps in throughout the day, they noticed their cardio was better. For example, one example is Mai, who's in my program right now, and she just incorporated more walking into her life. So 8 to 10,000 steps was the minimal. And she used to struggle with beginner level hikes. So 1 month into the program, she decided to do this beginner level hike that she always tended to feel sick from. because she was so out of shape. But from 1 month of just doing 8 to 10,000 steps per day, that beginner level hike felt easy for her. So then next month, she started doing an intermediate level hike, and then she's unlocking more hikes now because she has better cardio now because she's just getting more steps in. That's it. And eating a healthier diet, but also lifting more. That's the type of cardio that they want to focus on. Just more steps or doing 1 to 2 hit sessions a week because it's fun, right? Remember, like lifting is the thing that's actually going to shape your body. Cardio is just going to help burn the extra calories. Okay, so here's your action steps for to train for aesthetics now. So this is honestly all you need. Step one, you want to lift, and you want to write this down like you're never going to see this before, okay? So step one, you're going to lift heavy 3 to 4 times a week. Resistance training is the foundation of an aesthetic body, okay? So lift heavy. I would start with 10 to 12 reps for every exercise, lifting 2 seconds down, 2 seconds up, and resting for at least 1 to um, 1 minute to 90 seconds. Okay. Step two, you want to prioritize glutes, legs, and back. So these are the key areas that are going to build that shape for the physique that you want. Step three is you want to add core training that builds stability, not just crunches, not just a random ab circuit that you find on YouTube. You don't want that. You want to do more farmer's carries. You want to do more pal off presses. You want to do more cable rotations, just to name a few. Step four is you want to use cardio as a tool, not the main event. So and just walking more and having short sessions of hit is already plenty. Step five is you want to track your progress and apply progressive overload. Again, this means just lifting heavier, adding more reps, or making exercises more challenging over time. That's how you force your body to adapt and change. Okay? So, just to close up, the biggest takeaway is like if you want to build the body you actually want, you just need to train smart and not random. Stop being random. Stop choosing random workouts that you find on TikTok. Okay. If you need a workout routine, you could message me on Instagram and I'll send you the blueprint. It comes with 3 workouts that you can do on your own. And you also want to stop chasing trends, like stop copying random workouts you see online. Start training with intention. You want to focus on your glutes, legs, back, and core. Lift heavier and use cardio with purpose and progress over time. That's how you train like the woman you want to look like. And that's how you finally build the confidence and physique you've been chasing. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them right now. Or if not, just put an all good into the Zoom chat. And if you feel stuck, feel free to DM me on Telegram if you have my Telegram, or DM me on Instagram where I can see it faster. So since I'm seeing an all good in the Zoom chat, well, that will just close up our call. Anyways, have a good rest of your week. Peace.